de ce monsieur là, Baltasar Ebang.
Baltasar Engoga.
Baltasar Ebang Engoga.
Described as a legend by men across the globe. In his head, he's enjoying himself, he's having fun.
Before now, Equatorial Guinea wasn't a hot topic in music, sports, or much else, but this incident has put them on the world map. The scandalous Baltasar. Just imagine waking up and seeing your father's face all over the internet, the magazines, the news infamous, not for achievements, but for having over 400 explicit tapes and being the P. Diddy of Africa. Or imagine waking up to see your mother plastered all over a scandal, especially if she's pregnant, with a married man. All over the world, people are conversing, soliciting, and even begging for a tape of Baltasar. Everyone is desperately searching this tape as though it's a cure for cancer. Some even resort to pirated links and fake URLs, risking viruses on their devices. Baltasar, a man of 54, married, a father of 6, and to the outside world, a model citizen. But behind closed doors, a darker story unfolds, a story that the authorities never expected to find. What began as an investigation into alleged fraud and corruption, with over $1 million diverted from government accounts, took a shocking turn. When agents seized his belongings, they uncovered a hidden collection of secrets, over 400 explicit videos, each more disturbing than the last. These weren't just any videos. Baltasar had filmed encounters with people from all walks of life, some young, some old, single, married. There were even encounters with people close to power, his brother's wife, a cousin, a pregnant woman, the president's sister, the wife of the Director General of Police, the wives of over 20 ministers, all caught on camera, knowingly, but without any single use of protection. This was more than just betrayal. It was a reckless disregard for everyone involved, from those on screen to his own family. What drives a man to risk it all, and what happens when his secrets are finally exposed? Today, Baltasar stands in court, handcuffed from wrists to ankles, facing judgment for his alleged crimes. Many of the women involved in the scandal have seen their lives shattered. Some were sent back to their parents by their husbands, unable to bear the public shame. Tragically, others took their own lives under the weight of the scandal. Meanwhile, several women appeared in court, accusing Baltasar of storing videos without their consent. This scandal sparked a flood of reactions and memes online. Even Nigerian singer Davido joined in, commenting on a post featuring one of the videos involving Baltasar and a woman.
That nigga wiped out the whole government cabinet.
The hashtag #Baltasar Ebang Engoga quickly began trending, rivaling the US presidential election as one of the most discussed topics online. People even started creating hit songs inspired by the Baltasar scandal, adding to the frenzy and making it an even bigger sensation online.
Les mains sur la poitrine. Et puis, tu fais comme Baltasar.
Today, we uncover the true story of Baltasar Ebang Engoga, known as the P. Diddy of Central Africa. This is Jackson as always. I'm your documentarian servant. Welcome to the world of research. Welcome to the large family of WIN, Wisdom in Narrations.
Para un viaje puntual de la dirección, como...
Meet a top legend of Africa as memed on internet, the GOAT. His name is Baltasar Ebang Engoga, also known as Bello, on account of his good looks. He was born on March 15, 1970, in Malabo, the capital of Equatorial Guinea. Baltasar was born into a prominent family in Equatorial Guinea. His father, Baltasar Engoga Edjo, served as chairman of the Commission of the Central African Economic and Monetary Community, giving young Baltasar early exposure to influential circles. Growing up, he developed a strong interest in numbers and governance, influenced by his family's role in politics and economics. He went on to study economics and finance at the University of Malabo, preparing himself for a career in public service. After completing his education, Baltasar entered the financial sector, quickly rising through the ranks due to his expertise. His career took a significant turn when he was appointed Director General of the National Financial Investigation Agency, ANIF. At ANIF, Baltasar aimed to enhance financial transparency in Equatorial Guinea. His initiatives included modernizing financial monitoring systems and strengthening anti-corruption frameworks. These efforts were part of a broader push towards economic stability, but his career was not without its controversies. Baltasar is married and a father of 6, often sharing moments of family life on social media, emphasizing family values despite his public image being tarnished by later events. How did it happen? Baltasar, who is 54 years old, is married to a gorgeous woman, and together they have 6 children. But somewhere along the line, the authorities launched an investigation for fraud and corruption against him. He stands accused of embezzling over $1.2 million from government funds into his own accounts during his tenure. In the investigation, agents seized his computers, mobile devices, and personal belongings, hoping to uncover more evidence of his misconduct. As they searched through his belongings, they found something completely unexpected. Over 400 explicit videos, each documenting Baltasar with various partners, both women and men. These recordings included people from all backgrounds: white, black, young, old, single, and married. Among them were notable figures: his brother's wife, his cousin, a pregnant woman, even the sister of the president and the wife of the Director General of Police. More shockingly, the collection featured encounters with the wives of over 20 ministers, each aware of the recording device. They might not have given explicit verbal consent, but the presence of the camera was clear. These encounters happened everywhere: his office, hotels, street, in bush, forest, and even public toilets. No place was off limits. Before each interaction, Baltasar would place the camera conspicuously, capturing every detail without hesitation. Interestingly, in all these recordings, none of the videos did Baltasar use protection, not even once. This is problematic to say the least, exposing others and his own wife to serious health risks. The recklessness is staggering. A married man stepping out, not protecting yourself or your partner, and putting innocent people at risk. Absolutely no sense of responsibility. With lives exposed to serious threats, the question remains, where was the sense of responsibility? This was a man in power, not just endangering his own life but those around him. The public was left asking, could Baltasar's wife have been unaware? Over 400 tapes, this wasn't a single mistake. How could this happen under the roof they shared? Many argue that if Baltasar's wife had checked his phone, the signs might have been there. But should partners truly have that level of access? Is a relationship about total transparency or preserving personal privacy? Since the scandal broke, calls for accountability have erupted. The Vice President of Equatorial Guinea, Teodoro Nguema, recently declared a zero-tolerance policy. Any official caught in sexual acts on government premises faces immediate suspension. He announced the installation of surveillance cameras in government buildings to prevent future misconduct. Additionally, all officials implicated in the scandal were suspended pending further investigation. Baltasar was arrested and remanded in Malabo's Black Beach prison, facing charges of corruption and embezzlement. The Attorney General's office, led by Anatolio Nzang Nguema, initiated an investigation to determine if Baltasar's actions posed public health risks, particularly concerning the potential spread of sexually transmitted diseases. If proven, he could face additional charges for endangering public health. The leaked videos spread rapidly across social media platforms, igniting public outrage and debate. Citizens expressed shock and disappointment, questioning the integrity of their leaders. The government attempted to curb the dissemination of the footage by restricting internet services, particularly downloads of images, leading to noticeable disruptions. The scandal attracted international media coverage, BBC, DW, Jeune Afrique, and many more, casting a spotlight on Equatorial Guinea's governance and ethical standards. Analysts and commentators discussed the implications of such misconduct at high levels of power, highlighting the challenges of combating corruption in nations with deeply entrenched political networks. Baltasar's family went through intense public shame and criticism. His wife and 6 children felt the weight of the scandal, struggling with the impact on their personal lives and social standing. The women in the videos also faced public judgment, with their private lives suddenly exposed for everyone to see. A day earlier, State TVGE aired the complaints of a woman, her face blurred on screen, who said she was one of Baltasar's partners. By describing her sense of humiliation, she said,
"I want to know where these videos on social media came from and why he kept them without my consent."
She explained that, while she had agreed to be filmed, she had believed the footage would be erased immediately afterward. One of the women involved in this scandal was sent back to her father by her husband, who demanded the return of the dowry. This has happened to many other women as well. Baltasar, who has already been removed from his position, is now chained and undergoing interrogation for embezzlement. He faces trial for his crimes and could soon be sentenced to prison. The problem is, could there be a legal case if he knowingly risked others' health, or does this remain an ethical blight rather than a crime? Reports claim that his wife, the mother of his 6 children, collapsed upon learning of his actions and is now hospitalized. In a tragic turn, there is news circulating as one of the women involved allegedly took her own life after discovering her involvement was publicized. The scandal erupted in the media, shattering Baltasar's carefully built reputation and leaving the nation in shock. The Baltasar scandal serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities within systems of power. It underscores the necessity for transparency, ethical conduct, and accountability among those entrusted with public service. As Equatorial Guinea moves forward, the lessons learned from this episode may pave the way for a more robust and ethical governance framework, ensuring that such breaches of trust are neither repeated nor tolerated. My question now is, have you watched any of the videos from the Baltasar scandal? Leave a comment with your answer, either yes or no. And if you have, what did you learn from this scandal? This is Jackson as always. I'm your documentarian servant. I wish you better life, foods, and money. Thanks for watching.